Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I've had a little bit of time off and I'm back. I haven't done a whole lot in the way of crafting, but I've been crocheting these two little tigers, one for my daughter and for her new baby, the orange one, and the pink one here is for my daughter's in-laws. They're expecting a baby at the same time, which is pretty cute and exciting. So I've been working on these two little tigers because that's the Chinese year this year, the the lunar animal. And I think when Asher was born, it was, what was it when Asher was born? Oh yeah, it was the year of the rat. So I crocheted him a little rat, and then since then I've crocheted him a bull and a tiger at the beginning of this year. But this little tiger is going to a new baby, so yeah. So I've been doing a lot of looking after, babysitting Asher, and he's the cutest little thing. He's the cutest little thing. He's just, there's nothing like a little grandbaby to heal your heart, I tell you. When, we went up the coast, had Mum's funeral, and I just couldn't wait to get back here, actually, because I just missed them so much. The funeral was beautiful, but everything went smooth for the funeral, and it was a nice tribute to Mum. They had 8 of us children, but being the pallbearers, and that was different. I found that quite distressing. So us 8 children carried Mum out and of the church, and in the at the graveside we carried her to her grave. So it was a nice last thing we could do for her together as a family. But yeah, it was different. I think it really hits home to you when you're doing that. Yeah, so I've had, last night I woke up in a terrible dream trying to look for Mum somewhere. I couldn't find her, and I've had a few dreams since I've got back. I guess it's not gonna settle for a little while. But I've been like I said, looking after Asher, and he's just been great. He heals your soul. Just new life. Mum would have loved him. He's such a joker. He loves to laugh and joke. And today I was around there and I had a little puppet on my hand. It was a rhino puppet, and Asher had found a piece of fluff. You know how babies find the tiniest of little pieces of fluff on the floor or wherever, and he found this little piece of fluff which was about this long, and I had the rhino on my hand, and I pretended to that I ate the fluff, because he was passing the fluff to the rhino, and then I pretended that the rhino was coughed because he didn't like the fluff he was eating. And he killed himself laughing. It was so funny. And so that was on then. He was getting into that game, feeding the rhino fluff, and watching it choke on the fluff. And then Dave and I bought him a little sand pit and some little sand toys, and he's been having fun in the backyard with that. So, because Mummy's Mummy's only got 10 weeks to go, so we have to keep him busy. So I hope you're all well and happy and doing some crafty things. It's taken me a little bit, like I said, to get back into something. I haven't got into any paper crafts yet, but I thought I'd better finish this this crochet before I start anything else. And but yeah, we took Pickle up the coast with us, and everybody loved him. And he seen the beach for the first time ever. So that was exciting for him. He had fun running around, digging holes, doing all that fun doggy stuff. And we caught up with a few old friends, old neighbour that we used to live next to, and that was nice. Had a chat with them, and then we went for a walk on our favourite beach. And you know what? After how many years we've been away, Dave, or we've moved? It was 2019 that we went around Australia. We got up and sort of...
Beginning of it.
Yeah, the beginning of that.
3.5 years.
How many?
3.5 years.
3.5 years it's been since we've been, like, actually living up there. And there was still no one on the beach. Our favourite beach, we were the only ones walking on it. That's just amazing, isn't it? It was just beautiful. It was a beautiful day too, beautiful winter's day. And no, where's those 2 shells that I found, Dave? I think they're outside on the landing. Found some nice shells, and we went for a walk on, that was at Grassy Head, but we went for a walk at Shelley Beach too, at Port Macquarie. There's never usually many shells there, but now there was back in the day when Mum used to take us there. But found a couple of nice little shells, and yeah, we had a viewing of Mum, and holding it together I am. But the funeral home was very, very respectful and very well, we've just done a really nice job making her look nice, and so we could say goodbye to her, especially some of us that weren't there when she passed away. So it was nice to do that. So we went in and had a viewing with Dad. Dad went in and said goodbye, and one of my brothers and sister were there too, so it was nice to do that. I think it just makes it real when you can sort of see that. So that is the pink one. I've got to continue. That's his legs, and also his arms on, and that's his tail. So that's her tail. So, and then I've got this orange one, which I don't think I finished doing all that. So I've been carrying all the colours up, so I don't have to keep cutting them. But yeah. What else has been happening? Oh, we talked to Ben in Russia. He's going good. Oh, and our daughter found her cat. Oh gosh, we were so happy. she's got a ragdoll, a beautiful ragdoll cat, and he disappeared for 6 weeks. She couldn't find him anywhere, and she put flyers out and she canvassed the neighbourhood. Then she had little sightings of him, you know, people saying, "Oh, I think I've seen your cat," and and then she rang last night, and I thought Mad was having the baby, because I heard Dave say, "Is he all right?" and he was talking about the cat, so that was exciting. She was so happy to get her cat back, and I think he's turned into a street cat, but he's got a few scars on him, and he was, I think someone had him, but you know, because she said his hair was all nicely brushed, so whether he's escaped from whoever stole him, who knows. So I said, well, now you need to go and spoil him now. Poor little guy. I've got to get this back out. That was too much in there. So it's cold down here. When we went up on the coast, it was like t-shirt and short material in winter, like usual. I mean, that was I don't think we rarely wore, you know, long clothes during the day in winter up home, unless it was a rainy or windy day. But you know, winter was always very mild. But yeah, we as we got further up the coast, you start peeling off the layers that we had on down here, because when we left down here, it was we were totally iced. The car was iced over, and we're not used to all that sort of stuff. Where we are here, if when you're in Albury, if you look, which way is it? East? Yeah. If you look east, you can see the snow mountains. The Mount Hotham. What's the other mountains out that way?
Buller.
Mount Buller. All the ski fields, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful scenery. So hopefully before the snow goes, we'll, because we're not skiers or anything, but Dave would love to get up closer and get some drone shots, so that would be cool. Yeah, we're sort of just fringe dwellers when it comes to snow, you know, paddle around and have some fun at the edge. Never been into skiing. Well, it's a king's sport anyway. Here it is, so it's quite expensive to get all the gear. So yeah, we've always called it a king's sport. Get in there. There we go. So that's quite pretty, being able to see that from the distance, the snowfields. And we've had some rain too over winter, which makes it a little tad more miserable. But I can't complain. Especially, I think having the you know, the nice change of seasons is nice down here. When you live up on the mid-north coast, the seasons aren't like this. It's they just blur into each other. You'll get summer extends into spring and autumn, and it's like you get a prolonged summer. So, but down here, as soon as the seasons change, the weather changes, so you get very definite season changes, which is nice. You get a break from the heat, and then you get a break from the cold. Poor Pickle, I've had to make him some shirts because he he feels the cold really bad, so he's got new jumpers that he's been wearing. Alright, so I've got one more. I've got an arm to finish and the tail on that one. Oh, so I haven't been really doing much else. I've done a little bit of shopping. I'll show in another video, but I'm just sitting here. Just thought I'd come on and say hello and say thank you to all those people who left a lovely comment for Mum. And I know I haven't replied to any of them yet. I sort of I don't know, you sort of, I sort of feel like when I reply to them it makes it real. Yeah, it's certainly real. I just needed to come back in the quiet and just have some time to think. I've got a big family and they can all get quite loud and a tad annoying. If you come from a big family, you'll know what I mean. So you just have to sometimes you just gotta do things your own way, don't you? And grieve your own way as well. It's really important. But it was nice to see the coast. It was nice to put my feet in the ocean. That hadn't happened for 3 years nearly. Yeah, 3 years. That was really nice to do that. Now I'll try and get this thread out. Alright, so I've got that and that and that all stuffed. I don't know why I've got this under there, it just keeps slipping around. I bought this table, I don't know what it's called, just a table mat. It's double-sided, it's got a print on the other side, and bought it for $1. So I thought, oh, that's nice and bright and cheery. I'll put that on my table for a while. I don't know what else I can say. See the funny way that I hold my crochet? Because I've always done it like this, with a big hooked finger. Oops. I don't know why. Well, I wasn't really, my big sister taught me to crochet. So, and she only just taught me to, I think she only taught me 1 stitch, and that was double crochet. And then, and that's all I could do for years and years. When I was 13, I think I crocheted my own little blanket when I was 13, and then I made a monster blanket when I met Dave. Crocheted him a big monster blanket, and then it wasn't until after I had kids and everything that I actually learnt how to read a pattern. So I haven't, it would have been 2017 that I started to learn how to read a pattern, and I've done quite a bit of since then. especially on those big monster blankets. And then Madeline's getting all, what's that, nesting? You know, the nesting stage when you're pregnant and you've got to do things, you know, to get ready. And she's crocheted 2 gorgeous blankets for her 2 little boys. Just beautiful they are. So I go around and sit with her and we crochet together when Ash is asleep. And yeah. So I'm just carrying these yarns up the leg, so I don't have to cut anything off. So they look a bit tangled, but it's a organized mess, an organized tangle. You can turn it up if you want, Dave. I'm just how many rows do I need to do? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm nearly finished that one. Good. So what have we got after that? This one. So we finally got our new phones. We ordered this, I don't know what it is with consumer, you know, like things that you buy these days. We've had so many problems with things. We bought 2 new phones from Harvey Norman. iPhone, is it 13? Dave?
What?
Is it the 13?
What?
iPhones.
Yeah.
Yeah. We bought 2 new iPhone 13s. They come 2 days later. You beauty. And then when we open the box, they're the wrong phones. So we contact Optus and we send those. They gave us a tracking thing, a thing to stick on their box, and we sent them back. So one phone gets back there and the other phone gets lost in the mail. And then this was over. How long would it have been? How long have we waited for these phones, Dave?
Month.
A month? Oh, it feels like more than a month. And then a couple of weeks, so we thought, well, they said, well, we can't give you a new phone because we don't have both the phones. We have to have both the phones back. So we get on to Australia Post. They said, oh yeah, we can see it tracked all the way to just before the depot, the Optus depot, and it disappeared. And we thought, oh no, someone's stolen it. And they said, we can't do anything else for you. We went into Harvey Norman. We said, can you help us? You know, because we bought them there. And they're like, no, because once we'd gone out the door, that was the end of our business with them. And our beef then was with Optus. And they're like, so can we help you with anything more? And I said, well, you can give me your complaints phone number. But they weren't willing to help us. Australia Post weren't willing to help us. And every time we rang Optus, we got an overseas, what do you call it? Helpline. You can hardly understand some of them because they're in, you know, a different country. And they were like, yes, your new phone's coming, your new phone's coming. And at least 5 different people from Optus lied to us because it wasn't coming, because they hadn't even found it. And then we finally ring another time and they say, oh yeah, we found your phone, it's turned up, but we've lost it. It turned up, but we've lost it in the warehouse now. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's the last one. So they lost the phones then, in the second phone in the warehouse. And then we're just like, are you serious? So we what do we do after that, Dave? Hang on, I've got to leave a little bit on there.
Just listen to their lies for a couple of weeks and then they come good.
Yeah, every time we rung, they lied about this phone, where it was and what was happening with it, and it was just so frustrating. Then finally we just said to them, look, because they said that they had it, but then we had to give them the number on the box. And we were like, but you've got the box. You can read the number on the box. And it was just insane. All this stuff was just happening week after week. And then finally we rang them up and we just said, look, you've got the phone. If you don't send us out our new phones and give us a freebie, some freebies. And by this stage we'd been paying the higher bill and the higher the repayment, the plan, but we've been using our old phones on the new plan. So they gave us some money off our bill. Two bills went by while we were waiting. They gave us money off the first bill because we didn't have the phones. They gave us some money off the second bill, and we also said to them, and we want a free Apple Watch each. Free Apple. We just said, look, if you don't give us our phones, we're going to call the ombudsman, and we'll just kick up a big stink. Oh, and they helped us then. We got an Apple iWatch each. Is that what they called? Apple Watch. We got money off our bill, our second bill. Oh, but they came weird, but like one watch would come, and then the other was, and then we had to wait 2 days for the other one to come because they put a wrong phone number on it, and oh my goodness. It was so stressful. It was so stressful because we've just had other stresses going on with a car that we've got at the moment too, and it just compounded down on everything that was happening. It was actually really insane. So we're just thankful that that's sorted. Can sleep a little bit better at night knowing one thing's sorted. But they just didn't want to help us. It was just ridiculous. And this is what's going on with our car. You just go, no one wants to help you with anything. You just hit roadblocks all the time. Anyway, we'll get there. So I ended up buying a darning needle that's got a bigger like it's got like a fishing line thing on it, so that you can thread it easier. So I like that. Actually, I've seen them in Spotlight. I've seen an American lady using them. I've seen them in Spotlight once. I grabbed a pack because I'd never seen them there before, and they sold out like that, and I haven't seen them there since. Because I said to my daughter, you need to get some of these darning needles before you crochet. They're really good. And then when we went back to look, they didn't have any, and I haven't seen them there. So, which is a pain. Asher comes into spotlight with us, and he's got a little backpack, and he mad how he's got, it's like a backpack but it's a little leash, you know. He toddles around. It's funny. He's a good little boy. Oops. The only trouble is it does slip out a little bit, but I like it, so. So Mad's like, oh Mum, could you make a little toy? Could you make this? Could you make that? She can crochet, but she's a loose crocheter. So the amigurumi toys are a little bit harder for her to do, because she's a loose crocheter. So when you do the amigurumi, you need to have a tight what do you call it? You know, you need to be a tighter crocheter. Can't think of the word for it at the moment. Oops. Alright, so that's me for today. Just a little quick video. Just to say hi. Just to say thank you. Thank you for your love and your condolences to my mum. And you know, the emotions come in waves now, but I don't like the dreams, but alright, so that's me. I'll show you the finished little things when I'm done, and I'll try to come back real soon and do some paper crafting. So if you're new here, I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. Thank you for yeah, just being understanding, and through this time when I've lost my mum. And you can press the bell button for notifications. You can like and share. I just show what I make on here on the video, and what I'm up to, what for crafting. And I will catch you again real soon. Bye.